So, episode 3 of Ironheart, let's talk about it. This episode is all about one thing, the price of power. And the title? It's literally made of money. A perfect metaphor for what this story is digging into. We kick off with a celebration, but it doesn't last long. We see Clown wearing the hood, which literally tells you, these guys not really professionals, right? Then John does something brutal. And it hits Riri hard. It's a wake-up call because her stepdad and her best friend were killed in this kind of gang violence. Later, during their new job orientation, the gang starts thinking of themselves as modern-day Robin Hoods. But let's be real, they're stealing from rich and giving it to themselves. Riri pushes back. She says she's not a criminal, she's only doing this because she has to. Then she asks about the hood, and when Parker says it's magic, she says,
magic is code for I don't know.
Totally understandable. Just like Tony and Doctor Strange, she doesn't believe in magic. Not yet, anyways.
The sorcerers of antiquity called the use of this language spells. But if that word offends your modern sensibilities, you can call it a program.
Now let's talk about Xavier. Riri gives him new headphones and he tells her,
I feel her soul in these.
This means she needs to stop burying her grief or pain in tech and start grieving. It's a subtle moment. It reminded me of Iron Man 3 where Tony says everyone has their hobby as a way to cope with PTSD. Meanwhile, Ezekiel starts pressuring Riri to try out his ideas. He lists off a whole lot of wild biotech. 3D printed corneas, nanotech muscles, laser fingernails, biomech skin. All of it is straight out of comic book persona. This is definitely the beginning of Ezekiel Stan's villain arc. Then Natalie starts demanding to be treated like a real friend and a partner. It's a bit much, don't you think? I get that she's an AI with memories, but it still feels off. To help, Riri creates a portable projector so Natalie doesn't have to be tied to the suit. They go to the park and Riri starts to warm up to the idea that Natalie is her best friend. But as I said in the last episode's breakdown, this is not healthy. Even Natalie seems to know that, so she takes Riri to the garage. Riri has a panic attack and Natalie helps her to calm down. It's a beautiful and heartbreaking moment. Then things get dark. Stuart, aka Rampage, is murdered. Riri and Natalie agree they need answers, so they go undercover. They want to sneak into Heirloom and cut off a piece of the hood to analyze its magic. Meanwhile, John starts to have second thoughts. And there is this.
Regarding the crime, saying these are simply petty thieves trying to make a buck using cheap tricks. They will be caught and brought to justice swiftly.
He hears news about his dad and suddenly he's all in. He's not backing out anymore. So here's a twist. Joe is actually Ezekiel Stan. Yeah, who would have thought of that, huh? Obeda Stan's son, the son of the guy who betrayed Tony Stark in Iron Man 1. He cuts his arm open to show off the biotech he installed inside himself, but straight out of the comic. Then comes the heist, and honestly, it looks fantastic. After some rough Disney Plus shows, Ironheart feels like it's learning from past mistakes. Riri cuts a piece of the Parker's hood, but it sets off an alarm. Suddenly, they're trapped inside a greenhouse maze. Riri escapes into a tunnel, but she gets blocked. Then she runs into John, and he sees the piece of the hood in her hand. They fight, and it's insane. Riri isn't a fighter. She barely makes it out alive. When they start suffocating, Natalie saves her and leaves John behind to die. Man, that's harsh. Back home, Riri starts to panic. She realizes something terrifying. The tech she used, Ezekiel's tech, has been compromised. It can be traced, which might be the moment Ezekiel starts to hate Riri. Back at Parker's hideout, things are unraveling. He's going crazy and at the moment that he says,
I'm done! I'm done with you!
He sees a vision of John's death, and now he knows. He knows Riri had something to do with it. Damn, that's a way to end this episode. This show just getting better and better. We're diving deeper into trauma, ethics, power, and identity. This show is not just flying suits and flashy fights. Real stakes, real emotions. Episode 4 is coming soon, and I've got a full breakdown for you to see. So make sure you're subbed, and yeah, we're in danger, girl. See you in the next one.